Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 93 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I'm currently preparing for automation and a good time of it, hopefully. So I've got you going to be set to keep some slime balls ready. And you're going to do that. So I have to automate slime balls today. I populated the rest of the generators. I have to figure out disenchantment. We're going to play with that a little bit on camera so you guys can see how I figure that out, because I haven't figured out how I'm going to figure that out yet. Pink's done. I threw gunpowder into the TNT. I threw nether stars into there. I threw dragon's breath into there. That's covered. 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 Everything's good. So the last two are we have to automate slime, which we might do with stuff and things, with the cactus into the mana thing over at, the place and stuff. And then disenchantment. So I'm assuming we've got like some kind of gear. You know what? Enchanted books. That might work. I wonder if we could put enchanted books in there, right? Would that work, or does it have to be enchanted armor? Enchanted books definitely say they would work. Some of them for longer than others. Right? Efficiency 5 goes for a long time. I wonder if I could just make books for enchanting rather than relying on gear, because we do have ways of making that happen. Right? Because we've got the arcane and sorcellator that can make stuff. That could be a thing. But they only make the tier 1 version of things, right? He won't make tier 2 unless I combine them in an anvil. So what I could do is do the enchantment factory. Now you need that version of mob essence, right? Are we still getting that down there? Like, this is the liquid XP from thermal. Do we still have this going on? I'm pretty sure we do, because we need it for mob spawning. We've still got this going on, right? Yeah, that's cool. So maybe we could get a portable... We could get, like, an ender tank for that. Sounds kind of like a good idea. Ender tank. Cool, and we'll get some green dye. I'm getting 4 because I'm not entirely sure what color dye I put on these guys. So what do you got going on here? You've got all green? So like if I did green, white, white, that should be cool. Nice. Okay. And then so you're feeding out this, maybe? Yeah, that's just a visual bug. But you're totally gonna fill up that tank. Nice. Okay, cool. And you've got plenty of the stuff, right? And we're producing more with the mob farm. So we can come over to here. And realistically, we could just do that, and that would be cool, right? So that's the enchantment factory. So I could automate that, throw books in it to get enchanted books out. I wonder if you can ignore NBT on your processing. Because I'd like to be able to request it on demand. Or what I could do is just, for the time being, throw a bunch of books in there. I mean, we have a bunch of books, right? In here already. So this could just be turned into a system like this, with this guy set up to ignore, right? And if we just threw books in here, would that work? Enchantment Factory is the one that we want, right? Or is it Enchantment Applicator? Is that the one that we want? That's one that applies enchantments. Enchantment Extractor Enchantment Factory. Yeah, this is the one I would assume. Unless you need... Oh, okay. I can't put books in the Enchantment Factory. Gotcha. Gotcha. So what I could do is just use the Arcane Ensorcelator. That wouldn't be the end of the world. That's another approach, right? And it could always be the same enchant. And it could be a level 1 enchant, right? It doesn't have to be too crazy. Let's see what level 1 enchants would be good to use in this thing. So in the disenchantment generator, so like a level 1 protection is 4 seconds. That's a womp womp. We don't want that. But I imagine that there's better versions of it, right? 51 seconds for fire protection, right? Feather falling, what would that look like? 25, so not great. Blast protection, 40 seconds. So I'm going to just figure out which of the tier 1s are good to use, because I could probably get that going. 52 seconds for respiration. Thorns will be a minute, over a minute. Let me look through this and I'll tell you what I find. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. You ready? A book and a piece of gold should get me looting 1. Right? And that can be used in a disenchantment generator for about a minute and a half, which isn't bad. That's pretty good. For the cost of a book and a piece of gold, we can keep this thing running at a decent rate. So I'm making an Arcane Ensorcelator for this purpose. Boom. And your job will be to be down here somewhere. Where can I set this up? So I'm assuming... So you're probably all green, if I'm not wrong about that. And it's funny that you dump into a portable tank rather than the opposite way around. But I guess that's because it's coming from there. Yeah, so let's get an ender tank cooking. That will be all green. So green dye. We're going to want a third one of you. And I'm going to put away that stuff for a second. Right. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Looking good. All right, so with that set up, and if I have to automate this a little more, I will. So technically this could drain in a bad way, but we'll figure it out if we need to at some point. A better way to deal with that. So Arcane Ensorcelator could go right here. Why not? It's kind of become my miscellaneous processing area. So you're going to be Arcana slot locked. And I'm going to do this as a crafting mechanism. So let's get a crafter. And you're going to insert into the back with the crafter with the pattern. And then you'll import bus out the bottom. So import bus. Let's get like 10 more of these for the future, so I don't have to wait for them next time. So then you're going to output on the bottom, and you'll import bus like that. Does that sound cool? And that should be all she wrote. I just need to now stick this guy down and right-click him and set the top to be an import for Essence of Knowledge. So now if I said, hey, give me a looting 1 book, this should run, and we're probably going to want to augment him. So let's get a resonant conversion kit. I'm going to grab a few more of those for future need. Augments, we'll want the speed augment, so 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4. Speed him up, and now we're talking. So now you should be good, and if we check, we should have an enchanted book for looting. Nice. So then over here, we're going to throw the crafting card into the enchantment generator so that he can craft on demand. We're going to say match NBT yes, compare or dictionary yes. I don't think these matter on or dictionary, but NBT they will. Right. So what should happen is right now we should be having an enchantment book being created, if I'm not mistaken. And maybe it already created it. If it did, cool. It was fast. Yeah, it was just fast. So it did it. It did it. It made the thing, right? Now, do you stack? Can you stack? I'm assuming you can. All right, so that's cute. I'd rather not have a stack of these guys sitting in here. Though, at the end of the day, I'm not going to worry too much about that. So, whatever. We'll let it do its thing, right? So then we set you to ignored. We throw this guy in here, and he should be ready to run, right? So we turn you on. Beautiful. And he's going to start getting enchanted books. How cool is that? Maybe you will only keep one in there at a time. So that's cool. They don't stack in here, so that works for me. I'll take that. I'll call that a win. Nice. So for whatever reason, you do stack in here, but let's do that. And that's perfect, actually. I like that a lot. All right, beautiful. So we've automated enchanting. I like that. That works better than I thought it might. Now we just need to automate slimes, and we should be good to go. So to get that automation going, did I ever run a wireless network dude over to this general area? I'm assuming. So you guys are all doing stuff, but I don't think there's a wireless network over here. So let's consider clearing out a little bit of space underground here. Hey, bag with a 3x3 upgrade. That'll do. I'll just clear out a little bit of room, and I might want the lighting stuff to happen in here. Just so, like, you know, mob spawns. Now, where am I in relation to... Ah, that's where I am. Okay. So what I'd like to have... Perfect. That's cool for me. Right? And what we'll set up with this is a dropper. The automatic precision dropper would be fine. And meanwhile, the sand and dirt that I've collected can all go away. So you're crafting an automatic precision dropper for me. We'll also want a crafter on this guy, so we can auto-craft things on this. And technically, we might want a second dropper. And a second crafter, so we could auto-craft other Botania stuff in the future, as needed. Come on, crafter, let's go. There you go. And you, cool. So basically, I want you guys to live here. Oh, I'm still in 3x3 mode. Derp. So you're gonna drop right like so, right? So anything that gets put in here will drop. And that should be cool. Yeah, we can have just the cabling come up the back there, and that should be fine. And the same for you. Perfect. And then you guys can feed into here. Rotated such that you're that. Cool. And then cables can run down here. Perfect. Did I take you out? I did. Good. And then eventually, if we ever decide to hook up any other cool stuff down there, we can. Easy peasy. Right? Dirt, please, because I'm going to want to cover some stuff up here in a minute. So cables can run down here, and this is where we can have a recipe for cactus. Now, the only thing we need is a collector. So arranged collector is probably the smartest move, because I, you know, love these things for this kind of build. So you're going to sit right underneath this guy with an importer on him. See how I was smart enough to set that up at a time? And you're going to whitelist slime, right? Which we have none of at the moment, so let's go get some. Right, so we should have plenty of cactus, right? And what we're going to say is slime comes from cactus. So you guys don't actually need to be in the recipe, so that's cool, right? So cactus becomes slime ball. Easy. So that pattern goes in here. And while I'm waiting, let's also get our network stuff set up. So network card, transmitter, and receiver, because those usually take a minute, right? And then, so in theory, we would do boom. And then you made slime. And we'll whitelist slime. And then we're good to go. So now, let's get our network stuff going. You guys done yet? Network U. And transmitter, receiver should be coming up next, in theory. There it is. Cool. So you assigned to that. And home we go. Network transmitter. And we're cool. So now if I said, hey, give me a bunch of slime, like a stack, it might be done by the time we get over there, but you can see it dropping. Cool. And the slime balls are immediately getting sucked into here, where they're being import bussed. At a pretty decent rate. Cool. Do I have a speed dude handy? I do. One little speed upgrade in this might not hurt. Cool. Perfect. To home. Okay, so now we've got slime guys ready to go. So let's get some slime balls. Boom. Didn't I say 64 of them? Oh, I know what it did. I've already got... I know where they went. I've already got it auto-stocking this. So it put a bunch in here. Cool. So now we're good. So you can go away, slime ball. So that, I think, is everything automated, right? We've automated enchanting. We've automated slime balls. Rotten flesh, not a problem. Snowballs, I'm pretty sure snow is automated, right? Gunpowder, pink tulips. If snow's not automated, we can get that done. But I'm pretty sure I've got a glacial precipitator up there. Potion generators, that's the one I forgot about. I know I was forgetting one. So which potion should we go with? Because we do have like a potions room, right? A compact machine for a potions room. This would actually have been a cool thing to put into a compact machine. I should have done that. Oh well, too late now. I always forget about compact machines until it's too late. I'm like, oh, that's right, that would have been cool to put... Whoops. Oh well. I don't feel like breaking it all and rebuilding it from scratch, so we'll hold off on that for now. So that's good, that's good, that's good. Let's talk about potions. So we are going to go with something that was lingering. Let's sneak into our compact machine room, or our potions room. So, where you at, potions room? Compactor. That's this guy as my potions room, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So alchemical imbuer, alchemical imbuer, alchemical imbuer. And then you've got fractioning stills to refine them down the line, right? So technically anything that's refined would probably not be a good one to go with. So let's pick one that we know is going to be a good timer. So that's 16. I know 32 is like up there. That's 8 seconds. 32. Lingering Potion of Harming. So that is glowstone, fermented spider eyes, redstone, spider eyes, netherwort. Okay. Cool. So that's a lot of steps, honestly. And lingering needs dragon's breath. My goodness, that's a lot of steps. Let me see if I can track this a little better. So this is actually gonna... I decided to go lingering potion of slowness, which is about the same, but ultimately the number of steps to craft the potion determines how long it lasts in the potion thing. So anything we want to be 32 seconds is going to be a 6-step potion. So that said, we're going to need a lot of things. I wish there was some automated way to get Dragon's Breath, short of going to visit the dragons and right-clicking with empty bottles. But there isn't, so that's a shame. So basically, I'm going to do this one, which the steps are... this is going backwards, obviously. Dragon's Breath, redstone, fermented spider eyes, gunpowder, sugar, netherwort, water bottle, right? So what I'm going to do is basically create another line of 6 of these, and we'll go from there. That sound cool? That's just going to basically match this. So instead of, we'll have 6 we'll have 6 alchemical imbuers instead of 3 and 3, and then we'll have a fluid transposer to fill bottles, and that'll be cool. In fact, I probably won't need another fluid transposer. I could just run this whole line here and then feed the liquid directly into this dude. And that would kind of be cool, actually. And that should work. Yeah. So let's do that. So let's get out of here. Being out of the compressed block. And let's get 6 alchemical imbuers. So we'll be back in a few minutes because this will take a few minutes to craft. So a really funny thing just happened. I can't find my portal gun. So I'm gonna have to build a dimension editor. And I'm gonna have to put you guys in here. And I'm gonna need to borrow... I can't find my portal gun. I don't know what happened to it. I have no idea. It's really weird. Aren't you the dimension editor? Inscriber? Builder? Right, so I put a realized dimension tab, like Dragon Age, into here. And then we get a matter receiver. Because the matter receiver that belongs there is broken. I think I can do that, right? And it'll create a new matter receiver over there. Because until now, I've been using my portal gun to get there. But I, like, have legitimately looked pretty hard, and I can't find it. So I'm not really sure where it is. Which is weird. I don't know what happened to it. Right? It's not in here, is it? Totally, like, derping? But hey, maybe now's a good time to play with another teleportation option. From Draconic Evolution, one of my favorites. Might not be a bad idea to at least look into making one of these. Advanced Dislocator. Needs a dislocator, which is easy enough to make. Dislocator. And then to go along with this, you need 3 Ender Pearls, a Wyvern Core, and 4 of those dudes. Draconium. And Ender Pearl. Cool. And I can put you away for the time being. You're in my way. So over here, we're going to play with making one of these dudes. This thing's pretty cool. I like this thing. Definitely one of my favorite items from Draconic Evolution. Nice. Advanced Dislocator on the way. Basically, it's a teleporter that you can store locations and recall them and teleport to them in all kinds of different ways. So it might not be a bad idea to actually replace my charged porter with this thing. Though I'll probably wind up using my charged porter. I'll put it in there just to be safe with it. So we can do something like this, right? Shift right click and we can set destination. So we'll add a new destination. We'll call it home. And we're good to go. For fuel, it needs Ender Pearls, right? So we'll get about 8 stacks of them. And add fuel or control click, I think. Cancel. Shift click. Shift click to add stacks at a time, right? So out of Ender Pearls. Right, I'm out of... Right, delete, delete. There we go. Now we're really out of Ender Pearls. Cool. All right, so with that taken care of, my Dragon Age should be done having a receiver put into it. So now I should be able to teleport to the Dragon Age again. Ready to go? I think so. Dragon Age... I think that's Dragon Age 2. At least I hope it is. Yeah, this is Dragon Age, alright. It's loud. It's a loud age. We'll be back after I've gotten some stuff and things. And maybe even set a destination here. Like you. Add new dragons. Alright, be right back. Oh, and you can lock these so they don't accidentally get, like, changed. Alright, so let's treat the hopper on the north as the input for this specific setup. So for compact machines, I'm gonna need a tunnel, which needs a compact machine, a hopper, and some redstone. So let's go downstairs and craft that real quick. It's been a while since we played with crafting on this thing. I have to fix this floor. So much stuff to do. So much to do, so little time. Turn you off. And then what do I throw into that thing? I think it's just redstone? Yeah, redstone. Sweet, tunnels. I should automate that at some point so I could like craft it on demand. That would be cool. Wouldn't that be cool? I feel like that would be cool. So then the north side is where we're going to input stuff for this recipe, which is going to be different because the south side, we're importing stuff for all these machines. So we're going to want to import from the north side for the next set of machines. So let's put this guy here set to north, which is a hopper, as we can see. And then we can have alchemical imbuers right down the line, right? And then you could feed, I don't know if I can feed in the front of you, but I'll figure something out. What's on the top here? You're the output on the top, and you're inputting from the sides. All right, well, I might have to rotate this guy, and if I have to do that, it's no big deal. So you guys are all going to get cleared for your inputs and whatnot. So you're what? You're a signalum-plated fluid duct. So let's get 5 of those. Well, no, just one. One signalum-plated fluid duct should be significant. And the rest could be redstone conduits, right? So all power will be on top, and then the output is here. So you're what? Why are you item ducts? You're never item ducting out the top there. Probably don't need to be item ducts, but it doesn't hurt. So you all need power then, and you need fluid. So you're going to get fluid like that. See, that's how you're going to get water. Boom. Water fills up. Cool. And then you're all going to get items from the back. So we're going to need 6 filters back here. And they can all be pretty minor filters. They don't have to be anything too fancy. So let's pop out of here and get 5 or 6 filters. Does that sound fair? Harden should be fine. 2 more hardened filters should be a quick craft for us. Cool. Back into the machine we go. Oh, and I forgot item ducts. Yeah. We're going to want impulse item ducts? Yeah, that should be fine. Impulse item ducts should be great. Alright, a dozen should be good for now. So let's pop into here, right? So you're going to run impulse item ducts all along this back line, right? And what we're going to do is have these dudes, come on now, all filtering, right? And you're going to be configured for the back equals input across the line. So that's cool. And you're going to be whitelisting what's allowed to go in these things. And I wrote down this list, and I subsequently hit the window. But it should be netherwort goes in first, followed by sugar, followed by gunpowder, followed by fermented spider eye, followed by redstone, followed by dragon's breath. Cool. So what I'm going to do is just test this down the line. So netherwort goes in first. And by the way, I have upgrades. And speed upgrades for all of you gentle folk. Right, now I don't know. Yeah, awkward potion. Perfect. Cool. So you got 750 millibuckets of it. Nice. And I made augments. There they are. Like I knew I made augments. Just to make this kind of a little bit quicker, because why not? It's not like we're hurting for power right now, ladies and gentlemen. So that's cool, right? So, and then the next one was sugar. So what we want to do is configure you to output to the right and you to input from the left. And you're going to make that, and you're going to input there and output there. And then gunpowder, right? And then you're going to do that. And fermented spider eyes. Hey. And then redstone. And then dragon's breath, which should come up with lingering potion of slowness. Now you, in theory, need to get, oh, that's why. Is that why I have item? So you're out the west. You're out the down. You've got an exporter down there. You've got signalum plated item ducts there. Okay, cool. So that's why. So you're getting items brought in here, I presume? How are you getting glass containers. I assume that's coming in here, hardened filter. That presents a minor problem. It really doesn't. Well, it does. Well, yeah, it does. Because what I'm going to want to do is get my fluid from here to here. I mean, I could do it with a phantom face, but that seems like a silly thing to do. What I'm going to do is rotate you, though, first. So right now, you've got coming in from the left and the back, right? So let's rotate you. Boy, I wish I knew what direction you were facing. What I basically want you to do is face that direction so that you can come in from the back. Do I have bottles on me? I don't, of course. Let's get some. All right, so just to verify that I have this rotated the right way, I'm going to set, instead of an input on the back on here, you're going to be an input on this side. Perfect. So that is correct. So let's put you, whitelisting, glass bottles back. Perfect. So you're facing the right way now. So I'd like you to input on the left so that I can fluid duct over here. Didn't I grab hardened fluid ducts? My goodness, I'm going back and forth a lot because I forget to grab things. Right? So like this could be a thing that happens. And then you could be getting your lingering potion of slowness. And then if you had 3 glass bottles in here, that should be all we need to 1, 2, 3. Nice, right? The trick is getting those 3 bottles into here through this line. So that's going to be a little bit of a nuisance. But we should have our lingering bottles of slowness now, so that's good. So I'm thinking the best way to do this probably would be with a phantom face. Right, so we could bind you to her, and you're connected now. And then you could get a filter on you. And are you configured to accept from the bottom? You are now. Whitelist glass bottles. Cool. So now, what we can do is teleport out of here. We can go up here. We're going to want a crafter, for sure. But we're going to want a pattern, which is a processing pattern, that's going to say how to make lingering potions of slowness, right? Right, so 3 of those comes from the following. Another wort, sugar, gunpowder, fermented spider eyes, redstone, and dragon's breath. Cool. So we set that pattern. Oh, and a glass bottle. Don't forget the glass bottle. Needs to be part of the pattern. Glass bottle. Cool. So now if we take our lingering potions out of here for a sec. Okay. And we go set up on the back of this guy a crafter, which magically has power somehow. I'm not entirely sure how. Maybe there's a cable underneath you? I actually legitimately have no idea how you... Oh, there was a cable right there. Okay, cool. Neat. Alright, well, with that said, we now know how that has power. You can get the pattern, and then if I say, hey, do me a favor, make me some lingering potions of slowness, you're going to dump all those things in there. Right? And hopefully you're running? I could pop in there to check real quick, but I might have already finished, to be honest with you, at the rate that this thing moves. Because they are pretty fast machines, to be fair. So any chance that that's done already? Or is it derped because cobblestone, or because that stuff fell in there? Hopefully you're not gummed up. I'm gonna have to put another word in that thing. Be right back. Let me see if I can figure out why this got derpy. I actually think I know what the problem is. This recipe calls for 7 items, and hoppers only have inventories for 5. So I'm going to say that the problem is not that we didn't have enough stuff. I think we're going to have a problem with the number of inventory slots we have. So if we did that and asked for a lingering potion, we should be cool, right? So now you're going through, and what we should get relatively quickly, because all those things are sped up, right, is a lingering potion. So if we keep an eye here, that should show up. Nice! That's what's up! Dudes, how cool is that? We've gotten one. Where's the other two? Make with the other two. Oh, right, because I needed 3 glass bottles, not 1. Right, so those should be our last 2 lingers. So let me just change that recipe to be 3 glass bottles. Nice, there you go. So that's just a little minor dire derp. All right, so let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. Can I just... There we go. And we'll get the rainbow generator up and running. So that should be cool. I like that. That should be working. Cool. All right, Pt2 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Fully automated all the things needed for the rainbow generator. So next episode, we'll kick it on. All right, guys, take it easy.